Hi there, it is Josh. I am back today with another video, and the reason for me being gone is cause I was tired and busy and quarantine sucked all of the life out of me. But we are here today, and I'll tell that story for another day. But to get back to the basics of this channel, we're doing a good old college application advice video. This one is about how to get effective feedback on your essays and effective questions to ask to really maximize that feedback. I am wearing a hat today because my hair's been getting a little bit long, but you know what? We're presentable. That's good enough. That's all that matters here. First, a little bit about me. I go to this school called Dartmouth College. There's no non-arrogant way of saying that. And I did get into some other selective schools. You can look at my previous videos or whatever. And I used to make college application process videos, and I kind of got sick of it because the process gave me too much trauma and I had to relive it every time I made a video. But I felt bad because, especially in quarantine, I know these are some free resources for people, so why not make one? At college, I write a lot of sketch comedy and stand-up now. Surprise if you didn't know that about me. And I've also written a shit ton of college essays. I've written like 22 schools back in yesteryear. First off, I do want to say that I have a team that's been reviewing college essays for the past few years, ever since I started this YouTube channel. We've gotten a lot of experience with it and helped a lot of people, I think. And yeah, that link's in the description box below, and I'll explain a little bit more at the end of this video. But first, into the tips. First, I do want to say that when it comes to asking for feedback from anyone about college essays, these are personal stories, and you have to pretend like you're on a stage giving this essay as a speech or as a stand-up routine, which I like doing sometimes because it makes me feel youthful, I guess. Treat every essay like a performance that someone's seeing for the first time, and that helps a lot with clarity. So now into the questions. I feel like everyone who is writing college essays pretty much has someone that they can ask to read their essay, but oftentimes when you ask someone to read your essay, they're like, oh, it was good, and that's it. And these are questions to kind of like pry a little bit deeper into that. So the first question is, what about this essay sounds like me? Or alternatively, if I told you this essay was written by X person, like fill in the blank, would you believe it? And the reasoning for this is because you want to make sure that these essays are unique to you and sound like you. And then another follow-up question to that would be, how's the flow? Because a lot of people in the American high school education system tend to write robotic essays, and you have to really break out of that when it comes to application essays, because this isn't a book report. This is a personal story. The second question is, what in this essay can be found in the rest of my application? I think a lot of people know that on the common application, you have an extracurricular section, or you have your personal statement already, or something like that, if this is a supplemental essay, for example. And yeah, like if people know that, maybe the information in this particular essay is already somewhere else. You don't want to repeat things. The third question is, can you retell the story in this essay to me without looking at the essay? And the reason for this is you want to make sure that the story is clear and coherent and that it actually came across. And secondly, depending on what parts your reviewer tells you, it could give you insight on what parts stood out and were actually like really hitting or were really clear. Going off of that, the fourth question, what message or conclusion can you draw from this essay? Like, what did you take away from it? What did it say about me? Ask this question without explaining it first. And the reason for this is you want to make sure that the message that the person actually took away was the one you wanted to get across. And you don't want to like fill in the gaps for someone before they even give you feedback. And the last question, did you understand the jokes and references in this essay? I know this personally, but the most awkward thing is when you say a joke and no one laughs because they just don't understand what you're talking about. And a lot of people, when they're writing essays, want to seem worldly and cultured and want to make references to things and put things in another language. If it isn't translated, chances are they didn't understand it. Sometimes the context is good enough. Sometimes the reference is so obscure that no one actually knows what you're talking about, you know? Like, the thing about putting things in another language is really important because a lot of people go to other countries and they have some sort of awakening or, like, I don't know, take away some lesson from, like, a thing a tour guide said. And if you don't translate it, sometimes it really just makes it awkward. And I've seen this in essays that I have reviewed. So yeah, those are the 5 questions that I believe you should be asking your feedbackers, your reviewers, that's the word. But back to the advertisement. So yeah, a few years ago, I got a few friends together and we made this thing called AstraAppSolutions.com. It's in the description box below, and we do essay review help. I personally don't really read essays anymore. The application process just really traumatized me that much, but my friends are still doing it and they're still looking for work. The common argument I hear when I advertise this sort of thing is, oh, you're just college students. What do you know about college essays? You don't work in the admissions office. And we're not doing this because we're part of admissions. We're doing this because we're good-ass writers who know how to write things other than book reports, and we do it for way cheaper than the big companies. Like, I don't even want to name them because they make me throw up and gag in my mouth because of how much they charge. But we do it for way cheaper. And all of our readers are all incredible people that I know are great writers who also got into really selective schools. And many of them are better writers than I am. And also, I do want to say, if you cannot afford our rates financially, go directly to our website, to the Contact Us page, and contact us directly, and we might have time to take you on as a pro bono client. So yeah, please reach out. Nice to see you again, and thanks for watching. I'll be making more videos in later days because I am really that bored and really that unemployed. So yeah, I'll see you around. Peace.